Jai Hind everyone. My name is Sarvachan Verma and currently I am working as a assistant professor at AKGEC Engineering College, Ghaziabad. And today I am going to discuss Python programming. And in Python programming, I am going to discuss two concepts. First is conditional and second one is loops. Okay, the content of this lectures are I will discuss. First one is type of statements. First one is types of statements. Then one-way decisions, two-way decisions, multi-way decisions, and nested-way decisions. All these decisions comes under the conditional statements. And then after I will discuss the loop. Inside loop I will discuss two loops. First is for loop and second one is while loop, and finally I will discuss break and continue keywords. Okay, so I will discuss all such things in detail. Now if we are talking about types of a statement, the types of statements in Python belongs into the three categories. First one is empty statement, second one is a simple statement, and third one is compound statements. So in Python, statements are categorized into three categories. First one is empty, simple, and compound statements. Now I will discuss broadly. First one is empty statement. If we are talking about empty statement, a statement which does nothing is considered as a empty statement. Or in Python, the empty statements will be shown by the simple pass statement. Okay, but what is the purpose of empty statement is whenever Python read and encounters a pass statements, Python does nothing and move the next iteration in the flow of the control. Okay, move the next iteration, next statement in the flow of control. Now you will see here, our program start from this point. This may be function, it may be class, and it may be loop. Then loop condition will be evaluated. If this loop condition will be true, then the loop body will be executed. Inside this I will give one pass statement, and this pass statements, no issue, it may be true or it may be false, but in all situations pass statement does not nothing. Control will transfer to the loop code body continuously. Similarly, if we explain this diagram with the help of coding, Python coding, so you will see here we have one string, which is the string content. You will see here, if the value of if the loop variable value will contain equal to e, if the value of loop variable is e, then this is pass. It means there is a no statement inside this, and this will the control is transferred to the next iteration. So you will see here, this is the functionality of pass statement. Okay, empty statement. Now second category is simple statement. In Python, any executable statement is a simple Python statements. You will see here, this category comes under the category of simple statement. Any executable statement is considered as a simple statement. You will see here, suppose I have write one code, a equal 10, b equal 20, and finally c equal a plus b. All these are simple statements. These are executed line by line. The flow of execution is sequentially, we can say sequentially. Okay, now if we are talking about types of statements in Python, basically Python statements can belongs to one of the following three categories. First one is empty statement, second one is simple statement, and third one is compound statements. Okay, broadly I will discuss one by one. First one is empty statements. A statement which does nothing, a statement which does nothing is considered as a empty statement, or in Python empty statement is considered as a pass statement. How we can show the empty statement? Using the pass statement we can show the empty statements in Python. Second thing, we will see here in this flow chart, our code start from this point. Okay, this may be function, this may be class, and this may be loop. And if we consider this is a loop, then loop condition will be evaluated. If this condition become true, you will see here this is a pass statement. We will give in future, if I want to insert some piece of code in this loop, then we simply use the pass statements for future point of view. Okay, you will see here, here pass statement is given. If this condition is false, then again loop code will be executed, and if this condition is true, then again loop code will be executed. In both situation, because pass statement I am already told it is a which does nothing statement. It is considered as a does nothing statements. So in Python, if pass statement read and encounter by the Python interpreter, in that situation Python does nothing and move the next statement in the flow of the control. Okay, you will see here the same piece of code. This is one string, the name of string is string 1. This is the content of string 1 variable. I am traversing the each character of the string by this loop. If the loop variable value is equivalent to E, then this pass will be executed. But you will see here the usability of this statement is nothing, because in future if I want to add some piece of codes, then we use, otherwise there is a no usability. Okay, second one is simple statement. Any single executable statement is a simple Python statement. Every line, every executable line, every executable instruction is considered as a simple statement. If we talking about, suppose I want to write the same piece of code of find the sum of two numbers. Suppose we have one number is A equal 10 and B equal 20 and C equal A plus B. All these statements are treated as a simple statements. This is the example of simple statement. This piece of code will be executed. We will enter the some input at the runtime with the help of input function. Suppose I want to input with the help of keyword like AKG, then this value will be stored inside this variable name. Okay, and second one is compound statement. Compound statement represent a group of statements. If we want to combine more than one statements into a single unit, then these statements are treated as a compound statements. More than one statements combined in a single group. Now, note a compound statements in Python has ending with a colon. This colon is similar to the curly braces which is in C++, in C, in C++, in Java. In Java, in C and C++, we combine the groups into a single unit with the help of opening curly braces and closing curly braces, whereas in Python we combine the group of a statement with the help of indentation. you will see here we can perform the indentation by the colon sign. Okay, these two statements, first statement and second statements, first statement is good and second statement is well done. These two statements are treated as a compound statement. Okay, if this condition become true, then these piece of code will be executed, otherwise these piece of code will not execute. Second thing is conditional statement. It is very important concept if we talking about conditional statements. You will see here, if we write our code, you will see here, suppose I have write some code C equal A, C equal we will see 10, D equal 30, then E equal C plus D, and finally I am going to print A, comma B and comma C. Okay, you will see here all these statements are simple statements and these statements are executing in sequential way, in line by line way. Okay, but in a programming there is some situation where we want to execute the same piece of code. Some piece of codes depend on some circumstances. You will see here, suppose my execution of starting from this point and my execution start from this point. If my students got the marks greater than 30 or greater than 60, so I have gives that I have collect these students inside the topper students. If my students got the marks less than 40, then I will put all students inside the bottom category. You will see here the branching is done. The flow of execution start from this point. You will see here start from this point and this point. After this point the branching will be done. Either this part will be executed, either this part will be executed. So all such type of statements, conditional statements, I will discuss in next, how these statements are executed, how we can write, how the syntax, how we can execute this type of Python statements, conditional statements. Okay, you will see here this is a very syntax of simple if statements. In Python, the simple if statements, we will use the if keyword to define the if statement. This is called the one-way decision. If statement is considered as a one-way statement. Again, this is the indentation and this is considered as a group of statement. We can say this is the compound statement I have already discussed. Compound statements. Okay, this is the compound statements. Here there is a statement 1, statement 2. We can put n number of statements, 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 3 lakh, as you wish. You can put, you can group, you can combine the statements. Okay, now you will see here this is a simple if condition. Okay, if this condition is become true, then these statements will be executed. If this condition become false, so you will see here these statements are not executed and control is transferred to the out of if body. So you will see here this is the complete if body. This is the complete if body. Okay, this is considered as a complete if body. Okay, and if this condition become false, the control is transferred to the next line of the code. It may be here. It may be here. Now, okay, this is example of very beautiful example of one-way decision. You will see here This is a piece of code. You will see here, this is the group of statement. These are the group of statements. These three statements are grouped by this condition, and these three statements are grouped by this condition. You will see here, I am starting my code from x equal 5. After this is a simple statement. Again, print before 5 is considered as a simple statement. This will be executed. So you will see here, output of this code will be before 5 will be printed on the screen. Now, if x equal 5, it means this is the relational operator. Condition become true. X equal 5, condition become true. This piece of code will be executed. So you will see here, is 5 is still 5, and third 5 will be added in my output. Okay. Now again, these are the simple statements, or these two statements are not a part of this. This is the simple statement. You will see here, afterwards 5 and before 6 will be executed. This line will be added in my output. Now again, these condition will be tested. So you will see here, x equal 6, condition become false. These piece of code will not executed. Again, afterwards 6 will be printed. You will see here, inside the output, before 5 I will get this, after 5 before 6 I will get this. This part will not be executed because this is condition not matched, condition become false. Which condition? This condition. Okay. If we visualize this code with the help of flow chart, you will see here, if x equal 5, then this condition will be true, then these compound statements will be executed. These are three statements. Okay. If this condition become false, the control is not moved to this direction, the control move to this direction. So with the help of conditional statement, we will select the direction, what piece of code will be executed. Okay. I think now second is if else statement. In if else statement, this is also called as two-way decision. This is also called as two-way decision. In simple if statement, there is a no substitute way, but if we talking about if else, there is a substitute way. Okay. What is the substitute way? If this condition is true, then this piece of code will be executed. If this condition become false, then this piece of code will be executed. Okay. So this is a just like a you will see here, it is like a fork in the road. We must choose one or the other path, but not both. By picture you will see the complete scenario. This is the road. You will see here, either you go in this direction and either you go in this direction. You cannot go in both direction. Okay. So if this condition become true, then this part will be executed, otherwise this part will be executed, and this part will be executed when the condition become false. Which condition become? If condition is false, then else part will be executed. You will see here, this is a very good example. You will see here, this we have two parts. First is this and second is this. You will see here, if this condition become true, then bigger will be executed. The condition become false, then smaller will be executed. Okay. And this is the simple statement. This is always executed, no issue at all. Okay. So you will see here, this condition will be test. So you will see here, this condition is become false. So you will see here, this condition become true. This part will be executed bigger. Okay. And this is a simple statement. This is always executed. Make sure all the statements, make sure whatever statements are inside the if statement or either inside the else statements, only those statements are considered inside the if body and else body. Outside the if or else body, all statements are treated as a simple statement. Take a very bit special care. Okay, this statement all done is not belong to any if part or not belong to any else part. This statement will always execute. Only this statement and this statement will be based on this condition. If this condition is true, this part will be executed. If this condition become false, if this condition become false, x greater than 2, then this part will be executed. Okay, I think you got the clarity about how we perform the two-way decisions with if else. Okay, now third is nested if statement. You will see here, this is called the nested decision. In nested decision, this is considered as a if inside the if. We can easily say this is the nested if. If we are talking about nested loop inside loop, we can say this is the nested loop. Similarly, if decision inside the decision, we can say this is the nested decision. Suppose we have one situation, I want to store particular student in the database which have got marks in Python with greater than 80 and they have marks in mathematics above 90. You will see here we have two situations. First, I want to get the students which is marks in greater than I will discuss here marks greater than 80 in Python. Then after I want to check the condition कि those students which have marks in Python is greater than 80 also having the marks in mathematics greater than 90. You will see here the priority of condition is goes to first this condition. If this condition is true, then this condition will be evaluated. If we want to check the condition inside the if, inside the else, inside the any other if else statement, then this statements and this type of conditions and this type of statements we will consider as a nested decision or nested if else statement. I think you will clearly. Okay, now you will see here inside this code the value of x is 42 if x greater than 1. If x greater than 1, this condition become true or false? This condition becomes true. Okay, then this part will be executed because this is the body of this if. Inside this if, this condition will be evaluated. 42 is less than 100. Again this condition become true. This part will be executed. You will see here inside this condition, I will capable to check that this condition. If this condition is become false, then this condition never goes to chance for checking. I think you got the clarity. You will see here about this. You will see here you will see here x greater than 1 condition become true. Yes, this part will be executed. Then inside this again condition will be tested. So this is the example of nested if statement. Okay. this is a only one if statement. We can give n number of if statement, there is a no issue at all. Okay, we can give n number of conditions, we can give inside this I have give again one conditions. Okay, there is a no issue, we can give n number of conditions, and if this condition is become false, the control is transferred to the this statement, because this is simple statement. This is treat as a simple statement. Okay, so I think you will got the clarity about this concept, nested if statement. Now and last conditional statement is multi-way. Multi-way means, you will see here, multi-way means this is first one is, you will see a multi-way statements in Python we can done with the help of L if. We can give multiple conditions. Inside the if, I am capable to check the only one condition. I am capable to check the only one situation. Inside the if else, I am capable to check the one substitute way. Either we will go in which direction. I will give the example of road. Okay, I am already discussed the example of road. Then after in the multi-way, you will see here, we can check the n number of conditions with the help of elif. Okay, you will see here, if this condition become true, and if this condition become true, this body will be executed. If this condition become false, then next condition goes the chance and evaluated. If this condition become true, then this part will be executed, and this condition is false, then next elif condition will be evaluated if available. We can give n number of elif statement, no issue at all. Okay, and you will see here else. If all conditions are false, then else part will be executed if available, because else is an optional part. It may be available or it may not be. Okay, but in multi-way decisions, only one conditions will be executed. If first condition become false, then the control move to the next, then that condition will be evaluated. So that process is continuously moved to the downward direction until they find the true statement. Okay, on we can say a true condition. Okay, if all conditions are become false, then else part will be executed. Okay, you will see here, this is an example of elif. You will see here, if x less than 2, if this condition is true, then this statement will be executed and control is back to the outside. If this condition become false, then next condition will be evaluated. If this condition become false, then this part again. If this condition is true, then this part will be executed and control is transferred to the out of complete this. Okay, if all these conditions are false, then else part will be executed if it is available inside the code. If it is not available, because else part is the default part, optional part, you can insert or put in your coding according to your problem statement. Okay, now multi-way, this is another example of multi-way. You will see here, if this condition become true, then this part will be executed. If this condition is become false, then the control is transferred to the next, and again this condition will be true. Okay, then if this condition become false, then this part will be executed, and this process is continuously moved to the downward direction. And so this is the totally about the conditional statements in Python. Okay, first is simple if, then if else, and then for nested if, then multi-way decisions. Okay. Now thank you so much. Okay.